Today it's raining and I have nowhere to go, and I have people working on the house or trying to, if this rain would just let down a little bit. Hello, I'm Mama Mama Haudipela and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for spending this rainy day with me, or a few days with me here in my village home. I have a few things going on in the house, but today I just wanted to do a little bit of homemaking and spend some time with my house since it's raining and there's really not much we can do outside. So we will be spending a little bit of time in the house. I've just finished working out just before it started raining, and I decided to just pick up my dishes and get the house organized a little bit while I was coming down from my workout before I got on with other things. And can you guys tell me how you wash your splatter screen? So I have this, so you use it when you are frying and you don't want oil to splatter everywhere. But I tried washing it in the sink and the oil doesn't come off. I put it in the dishwasher, now it's getting a little bit rusty. I wanted to see if I put it in the dishwasher, will the grease come out of this thing? But it's starting to get a little bit of rust. So please help me and tell me how you wash this thing before I buy another one, because there's no way I'm buying another one if it's going to be all rusty and gross looking. Or is there another alternative that you guys use when you cover your pans when you're frying to avoid the oil from being everywhere? Like at this point I don't know what to do anymore, because the other day I burnt myself in my armpit here while frying from the oil splattering. But this thing is actually a lifesaver, but I hate washing it because it just never comes clean. So please tell me what you do with this thing. Unpacking the dishwasher is by far my house's favorite job to do in the house. Even when we are in Joburg, like the minute she sees me opening the dishwasher, it's like, "Mommy, please sit down, I'll do it for you." And she has become quite efficient when it comes to unpacking the dishwasher, and I just love that. Especially being someone that hates doing the dishes, hates unpacking the dishwasher, I just appreciate every single time when she offers to pack the dishes for me, and it is becoming a joy to see her get into her own and enjoy doing the housework. And I think part of it is because she sees me doing it, so it slowly is becoming something that she also loves to do and also likes to help me around, and I love it. You want it?
Yeah.
You said you want noodles.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I have a love-hate relationship with winter and the rainy season and weather. It seems like all you have to do in the house is either you clean the house, you sleep, or you eat. And for me, I find that if I'm not cleaning, I'm cooking, which means I'm eating, and that means I'm gaining weight. It's like one of those things that you just cannot escape, and I just want to get into the winter and go through it without putting on any more weight. And it's going to be a little bit difficult, especially with this year being at home, and I've noticed that it's much harder for me to lose weight right now that I'm at home than when I was still working. But yeah, I have to find a way to make it more possible for me to lose a little bit more and keep it up until the summer. the store. Now the store. One of the hardest things for me is seeing just how quickly she has grown in the past 4 years. She has grown so quickly, and you look back at time and you're like, it's not so long ago that you were just this tiny little thing, and now you are somebody that can have a conversation and make sense of even the smallest things, and show your emotions as mature as you can at your age. But being a parent is one of my responsibilities that I take very seriously.
Didn't you homework in my new bed?
Yeah, well, you're welcome. Are you folding nicely?
This way, so I'm just doing it now. Hey! You made it on my face. Didn't you, Mommy?
And I want to do my best to not only guide her, but also protect her, and also allow her the freedom to be the person that she wants to be while still under my guidance, and eventually when she grows up and goes out into the world on her own. But up until then, she will always be my little baby, and I just want to hold on to these little moments as long as I can. And yeah, it's just amazing how fast they grow. That pillow?
That's my favorite right there.
Oh.
It's my favorite pillow.
Is it your favorite pillow?
Yeah. It's my favorite pillow. It's keep falling off.
So this rain is annoying me right now. It's raining outside, and what time is it? 20 past 10, and I'm not sure if we're gonna manage to get this gamazine on unless the rain stops and things just change. But I decided to cook lunch. My husband is coming back today, so I wanted to make sure that by the time he gets here, at least there's food ready. And I decided to go outside and fill up some holes from all the soil that's been pushed away from the rain. And now I look like a homeless person. Yeah, I'm looking very dirty right now. So yeah, it's stressing me out. Stressing me out is an understatement. I hope the rain stops. There's no rain forecast for tomorrow. Today it was supposed to be like 30% rain, but yeah, the way it's looking outside, it looks like it's gonna rain for a long time. So hopefully the rain stops, and we can continue and finish with this thing, because next week I'm coming back to Joburg and I cannot leave this project unfinished. So pray for me. So let me show you what the house looks like so far. We have decided to go with Gamazine instead of doing a paint, because with Gamazine you get a little bit of waterproofing that comes with it. But the truth is, when it comes to Gamazine, the waterproofing is actually dependent also on your plaster, how good of a quality plaster you've got on your walls before you put on the Gamazine. So if your plaster on your walls is kind of like weak, even the Gamazine won't have that much of an effect. But Gamazine actually lasts up to 3 times longer than paint. Not sure which type of paint they measure it against. Do they measure it against the standard or the high quality paint? That is a question for these guys, that they need to actually give us the details, like what paint do they measure it against. So when it comes to Gamazine, we decided to go with that option instead of paint, like I said, because it lasts up to 3 times longer than paint. So we didn't want to go through the hassle of repainting the house every 5 to 10 years, and if it lasts as long as they say it will. So we're looking at least the next 10 to 15 years without having to repaint the house. So in terms of the color, they had a few options when it comes to color, and I wanted something that was between the beige and the gray. I don't want a dark taupe. As you see inside the house, the color that I have in here is Folkestone Gray by Fired Earth, and it's more of a taupe color, and I wanted something that will complement this but not be as dark as this. So I wanted a lighter shade of this. And I remember that in my Joburg home I actually used Bergwins, which is by Durham. So I wanted to replicate that color, but in the Gamazine. So what I did was I gave them the paint name and the brand, and I had them match the color of the Gamazine to that. So it's not too beige and it's not too gray. So the beige that they had a little bit of a yellow undertone, and I didn't want any of those yellow undertones to be picking up on the color. I wanted something where it's a beige but it's more on the gray side and not on the yellow side. So that is why I picked Bergwins to be the color that I go with. And the gray that I used to accent on the windows and around some of the areas you will see on the house is also meshed to the color of the roof, which is a charcoal color. And I just had them mesh the color of that gray to the fascia boards. We had a paint swatch of that, so I just took a paint swatch of that and also had them mesh the gray to that as well. So in terms of price, how much does it cost to do Gamazine? For the entire house, we got a quote of about 30,000. So I'm saying about 30,000 because what happened was, as they were going through putting on the Gamazine on the house, we ran out of material. So they quoted us about 72 buckets to do the entire house. And halfway through that, not halfway, like towards the end, we ran out of Gamazine, and I think we added an extra 10 buckets of Gamazine, and they wanted me to pay for the extra 10 buckets, and you guys know me, I'm not paying for the extra 10 buckets. My quotation was for material and labor, and that is for the full service. I did not go into this planning to pay extra for the Gamazine, and here is where I decided not to pay for the extra. Their reason for saying I should pay for part of the extra, like the overage, was that they were not able to go to the other side of the house and see the full back side of the house. There is no barrier that stops them from going to the back of the house. There is full access to the back of the house. So what they were saying is actually not true, because they went in through the side, and I was here when they did the quotation. So they went through the entire back side of the house and also the front side. So there is no way of saying that they did not see the entire house, and I am not paying for the extra 10 buckets that they had to add for the entire house. I will leave the details of the guys who install the Gamazine, but they do good work. It's just that I don't like it when they want us to pay for their shortfall. This is a risk that you go into. If I am not buying my materials separate and I pay for the full service, you have to pay for the overage. It's not my fault that now you underquoted materials. So I don't know why that keeps coming back in terms of construction. It's a different case when you buy your own material and they come and do the installation only. But if I pay for a full service, you are covering the overage. I'm not paying for the overage. So that is it. And for now, we decided to do only the house and not do the exterior wall, obviously because of cost. And that was also another extra 30,000 to do the gamazine on the wall as well. So once we have the 30,000 for the outside, then we will do that as well. But for now, we did only the house and it looks just amazing. I'm totally happy with it. And now the only thing that's left is to do the cleanup and to see it as it is, the way that it's supposed to be. But it looks beautiful. The reason why I didn't want a beige that was more of a yellow undertone is because of the brick that we used as the accent there. If we had gone with a paint color that was more of a yellow undertone, that yellow undertone compared to the orange of the brick would have just been a nightmare. It would have just felt too bright and too loud. So that's why I went with something that is a little bit more on the gray side, so that it's more of a calming color to the color of the face brick and not something that is trying to compete with it. So, and now you can clearly see the doors and how nice they look, even though you can't see it much when I have the trolley door closed. And a lot of people have actually asked about our burglar bars. They are done by trolley door. They were quite expensive, but I think definitely worth the price. And yeah, it just looks amazing. I am in love with this house now. It just makes the house appear so much brighter and lighter. And I'm glad we didn't go with the white, as I had said in my previous video that I didn't want a house that stands out for all the wrong reasons. I wanted a house that will blend in but still look beautiful within its surroundings. And I think this color was just perfect for that. Thank you once again for watching my video, and I hope to see you very soon in another one. Bye bye.